Welcome to Ellis B. Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
Hi, WCLR.
Yeah, sir, can you play a song for my wife's birthday?
Yeah, what's your wife's name?
Barbara.
All right, what's your name?
My name's Bob.
Okay, Bob, what can I play for Barbara?
I want to hear Bobby's Girl.
Sure, I'll play it for you. Where are you calling from tonight?
I'm calling from downtown North Lake. It's still wet here.
All right, thanks for checking in.
Thanks a lot.
WCLR, the Oldie Show, and the Beach Boys from 1963 for some folks in Hinsdale tonight. And also for Forest City Auto Parts. Archer and Kedzie open until 8 o'clock tonight. Stop in and see Tim, Pat, Louie, Ken, Herb, Bob, or John. And tell them you heard about it on the Oldie Show. Also heard the Yardbirds from 1966 and the Shapes of Things. Marcy Blaine and Bobby's Girl for Barbara's birthday where it's raining in North Lake. 1962 was the year for that song. From 66, Dave Clark 5 and Try Too Hard. The Safaris from 1963, and that went out to Spencer from Jennifer. Also heard Chris Montez Les Dance from 62. From 66, the Count 5 for the Northwest Side, Psychotic Reaction. And we started the program off with a twin spin from Ermens and Pia Noon. I'm Into Something Good from 64, and a number one song from 1965. I'm Henry VIII, I am. I'm Peter Dean. It's 6:21. Nice to have you along on our Easter Eve program. It's kind of rainy out there, isn't it? Flash flood warning tonight for all of the Chicago metropolitan area. WCLR radar weather, windy and colder with rain and snow mixed. And a low of 35. Rain and snow mixed again tomorrow for Easter, and a high of 38. Currently, brisk winds northeast at 20, 37 O'Hare, 39 Midway, 40 along the lake.
The Advocates, the quality, affordable, full-service attorneys now have an office near you. One calorie never tasted so good.
Eisenhower High School, class of 1973, is making plans for the 1973 reunion, which will be held in October. For more information, you can call 236-4348. Phone number here is 591-6800. Lots of real nice letters this week, and we'll be, from time to time, going through some letters. We're going to do a Happy Easter for Frank from Diane. Diane, thanks for the nice note. We'll do that in just a little bit. Also, nice note here from Michelle. Am I pronouncing it right if I say Goeva? Is that right? Okay. Talked to her earlier this week during the regular show from 6 to 9. And a nice letter from Karen out on West 82nd Street, Chicago. And calls and requests tonight from Carol in Burnham, Chicago. Ward in Chicago is checked in. Naperville, Stickney. Happy birthday to Steve. We're going to get to your song in just a little bit. Hinsdale, Chicago, Mount Prospect. And a nice note here from Warren Whithoft of Chicago, who writes, Dear Peter, I have listened to Saturday Night Oldies since April 11th, 1981, which I think was the first time the Oldie Show went on the air. I'm not sure about that, Warren, but I think you may be right. I listen every Saturday night from 6 p.m. until 4 a.m. Boy, a real ardent fan of the Oldies. Appreciate it. Saturday, April 2nd, I would like to request a special song for me. So we will play it for you, Warren. We'll start one out with the New Colony 6 from 1967. I Love You So Much on the Oldie Show from WCLR.
Every night I hope and pray your sweet love will come my way. It hurts to be in love, night and day and night. It hurts to be in love.
Hi, WCLR.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Well, good, thanks. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Mount Prospect.
What can I play for you?
I'd love for you to play Little Darling by the Diamonds.
You bet.
Oh, thank you so much.
Have a good Easter.
Oh, you too. Thanks a lot.
Sure, bye.
Bye.
I can see I love how you love
WCLR, The Oldie Show. Bobby Vinton from 1968, and I Love How You Love Me. That, of course, Diane Canara from Chicago is the theme from Love Story. She requested the theme from Love Story for Frank with a happy Easter wish from Diane, and unfortunately I couldn't round up the theme from Love Story. That's the that song had love in it as many times as the theme from Love Story did, so I just decided to play that one. Hope it filled the bill. Dee Clark before that, Look Outside, Raindrops, 1961. From 65, Lou Christie, Lightning Strikes. The Diamonds and Little Darlin' from Mount Prospect from 1957. The Four Seasons, Opus 17, Don't Worry About Me, from 1966. Then we heard the Dell Vikings, Come Go With Me, from 1957. Dion, The Wanderer, from 1961. For some birthdays here, Michelle wrote a nice note and said, could you play some people hanging around at Burroughs Park and Brighton Park? Birthdays are coming up in just a couple of days for John, Scott, and Karen. So happy birthday to you folks. Also heard White Plains, My Baby Loves Love from 1970. That went out to Karen. And we heard Gene Pitney, It Hurts to Be in Love from 64, and from 1967, New Colony 6, and Love You So Much for Matthew, who wrote a nice note. Matthew writes us from Chicago. It is 6:51. I'm Peter Dean, WCLR Radar Weather. Well, if you look outside, that's what we'll have for, looks like, the next 24 hours. Although the rain may not be intense, as intense as it is now. Flash flood warning tonight for all of the Chicago metropolitan area, and we'll let you know about that if it's lifted between now and midnight. Windy, colder tonight. Rain and snow mixed. Low of 35. Rain, heavy, wet snow mixed again tomorrow with a high of 38. Northeast wind at 20, 37 at O'Hare, 39 Midway, and 40 along Chicago's lakefront.
This spring, when you're selecting your suits, sport coats, and slacks, make them wool. FIM makes staying home fun and affordable.
The Wheeling High School class of 1973 is planning a 10-year reunion. For more information, call Wheeling High at 537-6500 or talk to our own Ann Clark here at WCLR. Calls and requests tonight from all over. Hello to Arlington Heights and Wheaton, the Shell station in North Lake listening tonight. Nice to have you along, as well as Sean and Ryan in Schaumburg, and Carroll Stream, and Naperville, Hinsdale, Park Forest. Lots of Chicago calls tonight. Let me just, good thing I'm not wearing a T-shirt. I just want to unbutton a couple of buttons here on my shirt. Good thing I've slipped into my polyester black slacks. I'm going to do my Tom Jones impersonation here. This is for Oak Park from 1965, and it's not unusual. From WCLR. Let's get revved up, shall we? WCLR, Skokie, Chicago. It's a minute till 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to The Oldie Show with Peter Dean and the Beat.